You know what's just straight up fucking illegal? The fact that it's like February 22nd and it has been like 28 degrees Celsius for like 3 hours. And that, for all of you Gringoland friends, is 82 Fahrenheit. Which is basically just too hot. And yes, I will complain about the heat all I want because I only get like 1 month of like any kind of cold. It sucks. My coworker was like, oh, we're at minus 10 Celsius. And I was like, oh, I wish that were me. I'm gonna have to like, let me convert this. Minus 10 Celsius, 14 Fahrenheit. What is 0 Fahrenheit? Minus 17 Celsius. Okay, that's doable, I guess. I have now felt these temperatures. I can be the judge, jury, and executioner, so. But yeah. Oh lord, it has been a day. I am tired, I am sleepy, I am not enjoying the weather. But I am kind of looking forward to this. Not quite to having my voice destroyed by screaming out objection like 7 times. But yes to the... everything. Y'all better not forget to have some water too, because I don't want to be the only one drinking water. I don't have coffee this time though. Alright, let me just get everything ready. Okay. Hopefully... I do have audio though, I did test that. Oh boy, okay. Reunion and Turnabout Part 2, 1, Trial. What do you mean Part 2, 1? Is there more than one Part 2? Oh boy, here we go. Is this game longer than the original Phoenix Wright, actually? Well, Ace Attorney. It feels wrong calling these games Phoenix Wright. It feels better to call them Ace Attorney. Anyway. June 21, 9:48 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. What? A bit longer, 4 cases though, not 5. Oh, thank fucking Christ. I am never finishing Rise from the Ashes. Rise? Raise? Why did I think about Rise? Literal Rise. Prosecutor Von Karma? You mean... No, I heard it's his successor this time. Successor? Manfred Von Karma. He was a really sinister man. He pulled all sorts of nasty tricks, also he could win. He was a man obsessed with the word perfection. He had a perfect record for 40 long years. Who knows what sort of dirty tricks he used to get each of those guilty verdicts. And now he's successor. I wonder what kind of person they will turn out to be. A dominatrix. The only logical conclusion. It's no good. Mystic Maya! Pearly! You showed up! Thanks for coming all this way. I was really worried about you. Where's your fucking mom? Hey, where's your... Hey, where's your mother? Didn't you two come together? Mother is watching over the trainees. He said they have training for 2 days straight with no breaks. Huh? Then you came all by yourself? Yep. I snuck out of the manor and followed the map. Don't tell me you walked all the way here. Of course not. I ran. I can't... Oh my. If it takes 2 hours by train, oh man. Here, Lee, what about the train? Huh? What's a tray-in? I give up. It's time, isn't it? I'm really scared. What if Von Karma tries to do something to me? At least I know Mr. Edgeworth would be nicer to me than Von Karma. Mr. Edgeworth? Who is that? He's Nick's husband. Well, he's also a friend. I still remember him as if I had just seen him only yesterday. Every trial was a scorching fierce battle until the very end. It was always back and forth with them. When you're rivals for life, that's no longer a rivalry. That is romantic. Maya, please don't mention that name ever again. Huh? But why, Nick? I'm sorry, Maya. I forgot you don't know. He's gone. He's not coming back. Oh shit, Ezra died. What? Wait a second, what's that supposed to mean? Court will commence shortly. Please proceed into the courtroom. Let's go. Now's not the time to talk about that anyway. Nick? It's like everything wants to get between them. What is it with this freaking... Good lord. June 21st, 10 a.m. at District Court, courtroom number 2. There she is! Court is now in session for the trial of Maya Fey. Are the prosecution and the defense prepared? What is with this girl? Mr. Wright, are you finally prepared? Huh? Yes, Your Honor. Why does he always seem mad at me? Mr. Phoenix Wright? You must be a little shocked because I am a woman, correct? Hold on, so this kid is the famed prosecutor Von Karma? I am Francisca Von Karma, the prodigy. I see. I gave up a promising career in Germany and came to this country for one sole reason. Revenge. Revenge? Is this about her father, Manfred Von Karma? I don't have the attention to detail for this kind of game. You are so powerful. I don't have the attention to detail either. Don't worry about it. You should have seen me during Rise from the Ashes. I was terrible. And that's why we're not finishing it. No, I will never not have beef with that. Is this about her father, Manfred Von if it's something of a personal nature, I'm sure you can... Ow! I'm talking! If you interrupt again, my whip will do the speaking for me. Dominatrix, alright! Please speak with your mouth like a normal person. I beg of you. Yo! Make no mistake, I will defeat you. Prepare to go down, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Prosecutor Von Karma, your opening statement, please. Those of Von Karma blood have only one fate, and that is perfection. The defendant, Maya Fey, will find no escape from her guilt on my watch. Very well. Where is the defense's position? Your Honor? Does the defense wish to enter a plea of not guilty? Yes. Foolish fool who foolishly dreams of foolish dreams. 10 minutes! I give the defense 10 minutes before it changes its plea. That's right, I'll have you running for the justified self-defense plea in no time. Justified self-defense. A plea usually reserved for when a person unintentionally kills in defense of himself. We could very easily make a solid case that it was self-defense, but... The defense stands by the plea of not guilty, Your Honor. Because to plead justify self-defense is just to say you did kill someone. How foolish. If that's how you want to play it, Mr. Phoenix Wright, then I shall now call the first witness. She's just as scary as her father like daughter, I suppose. Gumshoe, you again! Witness, your name and occupation. Yes, sir. My name is Dick Gumshoe. I'm a detective at the locket present. Yeah! Get to the point already. Explain to the court the details of this murder. Yes, sir. If everyone will please look at this map. The channeling chamber has no windows and the door was locked shut. At the time of the murder, only the victim and the defendant were in the room. What were they doing in there? They were channeling a spirit, sir. Channeling a spirit? The look of disbelief on the judge's face is... Anyway, a few minutes after the channeling started, gunshots were heard coming from inside the room, sir. A few of the witnesses broke the door down and rushed into the room. And that's when they found that the victim was already dead, correct? I believe this is one of the most open and shut cases I have ever presided over. I am In the defense again. This is not gonna be open and shut, and you know it. Floor plans added to the court record. I want to see those floor plans. Yeah, there's enough space back there for literally anyone to get in. Diagram of the channeling chamber. Touch to check the button for details. Okay. So, how was the victim killed? I was about to get to that. Stop wasting my time, then. Witness testimony. Alright. The direct cause of death was a pistol shot to the forehead, sir. The shot was fired from a point-blank range. But before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. So the victim was stabbed before being shot. This is the victim's autopsy report, sir. Autopsy report added to the court record. The court accepts it into the evidence. Mr. Wright, you may question the witness. Alright then. Hold on. I want to see those... okay, I have all of this. Autopsy report. After being stabbed in the chest, he was shot in the forehead at point blank. Do we even have the gun? We should be able to have the gun, shouldn't we? Right, the direct cause of death was a pistol shot. Hold it! The murder weapon, Detective Gumshoe. Whose pistol was it? It was the victim's. The victim? Now, why would he have... Why would he have a pistol? Who cares? The point that you are missing is whose fingerprints are on that pistol. If you're not already paying attention to that, then I suggest you start. Fingerprints? There were fingerprints? Along with the victims, the defendant, Maya Faye's, were also on the grip, sir. Well, that's fucked up. So the defendant's fingerprints were left on the murder weapon. I walked right into her hands there. The shot was fired from point-blank range. Hold it! Point-blank, huh? So about how far away was it? It was anywhere between 10 to 20 inches away. And how do you know he was shot at point-blank? Mr. Phoenix, right? I grow tired of the foolish foolery of the foolish fools of this foolish country. Excuse me? Gunpowder burn. Gunpowder burn. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Gunpowder exploding is what makes a bullet fire, and that gets real hot, pal. And there were definitely some gunpowder burns left on the victim's forehead. Wow, never knew that. Live and learn, I guess. Before the victim was shot, sir, he was stabbed in the chest. Hold it! Stabbed. And what was he stabbed with? A fruit knife. I see. And whose knife is it? It looks like it belongs to the face, sir. And of course, Maya Faye's fingerprints are all over it. All over it, huh? This does not look good. What would you do now, Mr. Phoenix, right? The wound was very severe, but not enough to cause instantaneous death. Hold it! How severe was the wound? If it had been half an inch more to the right, it would have hit the victim's heart. After a stab like that, it's impossible to fight back, let alone stand. This testimony makes Maya look like she has stabbed him with the intent to kill. The murderer used the pistol to finish the victim off after the stabbing. Hold it! Are you sure he was stabbed first and shot? Yep. Sure can be. One look at the wounds and you'd come to the same conclusion too, pal. A fool is a fool who will only listen to the foolish opinions of other foolish fools. A pistol shot to the forehead at point blank is certainly enough to kill instantly. Does it matter then which was first? Think a little more before you open that big mouth of yours, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Oh, what a pain. Oh shit. That's enough! We have clearly established how the victim was murdered. I brought the two murder weapons with me today. Very well, the court accepts them into the evidence. Pistol added to the court record. Knife added to the court record. The date and time of death was June 19th at 3:15 p.m. Eyewitnesses claim to have heard 2 gunshots at this time. And the 2 murder weapons, both the defendant's fingerprints on... And the 2 murder weapons, both with the defendant's fingerprints on them. This does seem like an open and shut case. Naturally. This is going from bad to worse. As if the summary just now wasn't oversimplifying things to the extreme. Your Honor, feel free to slam that little gavel of yours. After all, there is no room left to doubt, is there? That is quite true, Mr. Wright. Yes? Even in the face of all this, do you still wish to plead not guilty? It's the opinion of this court that if you do not adjust your plea, you stand to lose. See, just as I promised, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You would change your plea in less than 10 minutes. What would you do, Mr. Wright? Will you change to justified self-defense, because now will be the time to do so. This is your final chance. It's a huge decision. Better think this through all the way. Not guilty! If we plead justified self-defense, we would basically be confessing to a murder. After the trial, Maya's life would be destroyed, and she'd be labeled a murderer. I can't let that happen! Your Honor! Have you reached a conclusion, Mr. Wright? The defense will not change its plea. We will accept nothing short of complete acquittal. You have sealed your fate, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Detective! Yes, sir! Present the final portion of your testimony, the final strike. Yes, sir. Now, see here, proceedings are run by... Oh, yes, of course, go ahead, detective, and give your testimony. I think the court would like to hear about the other piece of incriminating evidence. Oh, these fuckers are always pulling out evidence out their ass. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. This is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. So this is the costume. There certainly is evidence of a black spray of blood on this. This piece directly links Maya Fey to the crime, sir. I see. The court accepts this into the evidence. Maya's costume added to the court record. Alright, Mr. Wright. Let me just look at these for a moment. Murder weapon was Gray's. 2 shots fired bears Maya's and Gray's fingerprints. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife. It belongs to the face, bears Maya's fingerprints. Clothes Maya was wearing at the time of the murder. There are blood splatters on it. Okay, literally none of this tells me anything. What about the profiles? I'm telling you, Morgan is the one that did it. Maya's fingerprints on both the murder weapons and blood splatters on her clothes. Could the situation get any worse? Ha! What's wrong? You seem to be at a loss. I think this is the last piece of testimony the prosecution should have to offer. Feel free to sulk off with your tail between your legs, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Please stop calling me by my full name, it's disturbing. Alright, let's do this. Sorry, pal, but there's an even more incriminating piece of evidence. Hold it! Why didn't you say so in your testimony earlier? You're kinda scary today, you know, pal. Come now, Mr. Wright. There is no need for that kind of attitude in my court. Alright, just please stop glaring at me like that. This is the costume that the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. Hold it! Maya's costume. Yeah, she was wearing this when we arrested her. Maya, she's wearing her channeling costume today too. Is she not allowed to wear anything else? As you can see, it's covered in blood. Hold it! There's blood on the costume. Lab results show that it is the victim's blood. So there is blood from the victim on the defendant's clothes. Definitely not good. Were there any other clues you could glean from this piece of evidence? Well... If you must change the topic, then the good detective here must testify again. But too bad, not enough time. Time to move on. Ah, yes, Mrs. Von Karma is perfectly correct. Now even the judge is on her side. But if I bite off more than I can chew here, what should I do? Press it! Why is Mrs. Von Karma suddenly putting up resistance? There must be a reason as to why she suddenly threw out an objection like that. Is that a hole? There must be a clue somewhere on this costume. I just have to look harder. Mr. Wright! Mrs. Von Karma's logic is perfect. There is no way for you to poke a hole in it. Ah, looks like my time is up. So, about the costume. There is one little thing. Your Honor. Actually, there is something very wrong with this piece of evidence. What? What are you talking about, pal? Well, where is this problem you are talking about? I've come this far. There's no turning back now. The costume has a gun. I would not be surprised. The problem I have with this piece of evidence is here. This. What is this? Okay. Come on. Present. I asked the court to please take a look at the sleeve of this costume. The sleeve? There is a tiny hole there. A hole? But that wasn't in the report. Hold on. What's this around the hole? It smells faintly of gunpowder. Gunpowder? No one ever told me. A hole that smells of gunpowder. It looks like I've found the hole I was looking for. Your Honor, the only logical conclusion you can make is that it must be a bullet hole. Order, order, order. This is a very grave matter. It's best we correct the court record first before anything else. Maya's custom updated in the court record. Sorry about that. I guess we messed up, sir. Ooh, you mad. You mad. Is she actually smiling? Fucking... What else is she hiding? Pull yourself together, detective. That tiny hole doesn't change a thing. The strength of the evidence still holds. Continue with your testimony. That just now was a fluke, nothing more. How can you say something like that? It is a huge oversight. Well, I agree it is a mistake on the part of the police. What Prosecutor Von Karma has said is true. The evidence still stands. If you do not find a more definitive problem with the evidence, then... No way! Detective Gumshoe, please continue with your testimony. Yes, sir. As you can see, it's covered in blood. Okay, wait. Is that literally... Is the costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime? What about, as you can see, it's covered in blood? Did I already do that? I already forgot. Hold it! Hold it! Alright, I'll give you that the blood splatter is from the victim, but... What is this hole in the sleeve? Sorry, pal. We must have thought it was a tear in the seam. Missing the hole is not what I'm asking you about. I'm talking about the hole itself. The smell of gunpowder clearly gives away that it is a bullet hole. As if little things like that matter. But they do. That there is a bullet hole in the sleeve and blood all over the costume. It doesn't change the fact that the defendant killed the victim. And now there's something more to this costume. Come now, detective, you're wasting precious time. Yes, sir. The defendant attacked and killed the person now, who without a doubt was not fighting back. Hold it! He wasn't fighting back? How do you know if he was or wasn't? We could find no evidence that the victim put up any sort of struggle, pal. So did the murderer have a fight with the victim or not? Depending on this, the circumstances around this murder changed drastically. You know, what I'm thinking about is there were 2 gunshots and there is only 1 bullet hole accounted for, which is the forehead one. So where's the second bullet hole? Ugh. We're in real trouble now. If only I had something to prove that the victim did fight back. That one, Karma, she thinks she can decide the verdict with this testimony alone. I have to somehow find a critical contradiction and then I'll have her. So you have to find that he was fighting back. Fighting back. Gunpowder residue. With a weapon. 2 shots fired. 2 shots fired! He fought back! He fought back! Hold on. Will that work? Is that gonna work? Objection! Oh, it's not gonna work. The witness system is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Oh, that's a huge fucking chunk! I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Fortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright. I must be on the wrong track. Attacked and killed a person who without a doubt was not fighting back. That one, Karma. She thinks she can blah blah blah. Incriminating piece of evidence. The costume the defendant was wearing at the time of the crime. As you can see, it's covered in blood. The defendant attacked and killed a person who without a doubt was not fighting back. How is this not the one that it proves that? Okay, let's see. Floor plans of the crime scene. Well, there's also these, the folding screen. 8 inches of the ground in a small... There's a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. You know, I could save scum. But I don't know if I should. So I have to find a way to prove that the victim was fighting back. But literally all that I can think of is the fact that the gun was fired twice. We don't have any... We haven't accounted for the second bullet hole. But the second bullet hole seems to be here in the folding screen, but also on her sleeve. Either the folding screen or the costume itself with the sleeve that has like the hole is supposed to be evidence that he fought back. Touch a check button for details. I could present this. Oh, it's just I don't want to run out of like attempts. Should I save scum? Should I save states and... I can save here, right? Oh, I can. Yeah. Save and suspend. It's gonna put me right there, right? It's gonna put me right there. Okay, beautiful. Now I don't have to fear anything. How about the costume? Objection! Oh, I knew it. Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes? Having you call me by my full name is kind of a weird feeling. You said that my client killed a person who, without a doubt, was not fighting back. Yeah, I did. Then what, may I ask, is the bullet hole you police overlook supposed to mean? What does it mean? I'll tell you what it means. It means that the victim had fired off a shot. Is this what it means to not fight back? You're right! It would seem that way. If the victim tried to shoot the defendant, then it would change everything. Alright, the wind seems to be shifting. Ha! What is it with that "are you finished yet" laugh? Are you finished yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Mrs. Von Karma? It seems that Maya Fey was shot at by the victim. However, that is only grounds enough to support a justified self-defense plea. That is correct. But I'm sure you remember, Your Honor, what the defense clearly said. They rejected justified self-defense and pleaded not guilty. Now that you... Why, that's right! Which means... the defense has yet to prove anything at all. No! Well, yes, that's true. Furthermore, just the fact that there is a bullet hole in the costume is not enough to substantiate even a plea of justified self-defense. Huh? How so? Ah! Don't just stand there! Hurry up and tell the court what transpired that day. With the new information we acquired at it in, of course. Huh? You mean by myself? You want me to put together the scenario all by myself? Ah! Yes, sir! Right away, sir! Okay. Let's see. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening, took the victim's gun, and ended it. How did she even take it? The scenario you have put together does make sense. Yes, sir. Well, Mr. Wright, just by listening, it does make sense. However, I won't give up that easily. Please refrain from glaring at me like that. Now then, your cross-examination, please. I'll cross-examine your fucking ass. Alright, dick. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Hold it! Hold it! There is quite a difference in height between Dr. Gray and the defendant. Add in body strength, and it seems unlikely the defendant could have stabbed the victim. Now that you mention it. Yeah, I guess. You think you can get away with such flimsy reasoning? Mr. Phoenix, right? Maya Fey was in the middle of a channeling, was she not? Huh? When channeling with the Kurine channeling technique, the medium physically changes. With the nurse's build, the defendant could have easily been a match for the doctor. I don't believe it. She even studied up on the Kurine channeling technique. Like I said before, I am perfect. About what you were talking about. I didn't quite get it. Never mind, let's continue with the testimony. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. Hold it! So he was stabbed, but the stab wound didn't kill him. But if you think about the blood loss, it was pretty bad. How bad would you say it was? Actually, I went to give blood the other day. And afterward, I felt a little lightheaded and dizzy. I guess the damage was maybe about 10 times the dizziness? Ah! Sorry. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. Hold it! Where in the world did that pistol come from? It looks like the victim, Dr. Gray, had specifically bought it for that day. But a handgun? He got it off the black market about 2 days before the murder. Why did Dr. Gray bring a gun? Was he taking precautions against something? The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. Hold it! So you're saying that the bullet hole in this costume was made then? Sorry, pal, but that's what I think. The two of them were already fighting when a shot was fired. Maya, really glad you weren't hurt. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Hold it! Maya has never fired a gun before in her life. The victim had already taken off the safety. With the safety off, even an amateur like you can fire it by pulling the trigger. Even me? I wonder. Now do you understand? Von Karma's logic is perfect. His testimony certainly makes us look very bad. There's gotta be a contradiction in there somewhere. And uncovering it is going to uncover the truth. I can feel it. Okay. Let's see here. Two shots fired. Murder weapon. A fruit name that belongs to the face. And then there's also the folding screen. The fact that about 8 inches off the ground is a small hole that looks like a bullet hole. There's also the key. But I don't think I have anything in it here. The defendant and my client was arrested on suspicion of murder. Malpractice incident. Oh hey! Became a prosecutor in Germany at the age of 13, a prodigy who has never known defeat. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. Of course, the victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. How did you miss being so close? Defendant then picked up the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Took the victim's gun? How do you take the victim's gun if you say that there was no struggle? Stabbed in the chest and then shot at point blank. Two shots fired. Murder weapon, a small fruit knife. There's a full floor plan. There's also this thing. I am not sure. He's not lying. There's a pistol, there's a knife, there's a costume. Picked up the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. Look at his other comments again. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. This is the one that's calling to me. They were too close, so he missed, but... How do you miss a shot that's that close? While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back, sir. Well, they did say that he never fought back. During the channeling, the defendant saw her chance to stab the victim in the chest. The victim used the last of his strength to fight back. At this point, we've learned that something happens when a gun is shot at close range. In a close range. Which is leave the residue. Two shots fired. Well, there is residue in Maya's costume. But also there is residue here, I think, right? Well, no. Victim used the last of his strength to fight back. While the two were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were too close, he missed. The defendant then picked up on the opening and took the victim's gun and ended it. A gun is shot in a close range and it leaves behind the gunpowder residue. So... Because they were too close, he missed, supposedly. But there is residue in the costume. But did I mention gunpowder residue on Maya's clothing? I may be misremembering, but I'm pretty sure that there was gunpowder residue on her sleeve. The chest. The victim used the last of his strength. When they were fighting, the victim took out his gun. The victim took a shot, but because they were so close, he missed. If you're trying to tell me that there is no gunpowder residue, then I am not sure how I missed that. I may be stupid, but I'm gonna save and just present the clothes. Let's see. Fuck it! Objection! Are you serious? Missing the tiny hole on this costume will be the prosecution's undoing. Huh? What do you mean? This little hole has actually created a huge hole in your testimony. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. You said the two of them were fighting when the victim fired his gun at point blank. If that were true, then where is the gunpowder burn on this costume? There isn't one? I'm pretty sure... I could have sworn they said there was gunpowder. Am I insane, or did they actually mention that there was? They only mentioned blood on her clothing and residue on the victim's forehead. No gunpowder burn on the costume. No, I'm pretty sure they did. Like I'm pretty sure that when they were talking about it, they said this is a bullet hole because there was residue. There was gunpowder there. I may be misremembering. I'm not sure what happened here, but okay. Gunpowder burn? This is what you testified earlier. When something is shot from point blank, a burn area is left around the bullet hole. Oh! But there is not a single trace of gunpowder burn on this costume. That is a very good point. And what exactly does this mean? It means that when the shot was fired, they were standing apart from each other. I'm disappointed, Mr. Phoenix, right? You think you can punch a hole in my logic with that? With wishy-washy thinking like that, anyone can explain anything away. Then I implore you to disprove my line of thinking. Let's see... In the middle of their fight, the victim pushed the defendant away. And it was then, when they were separated, that they fired. How was that? As if that was even possible. According to the testimony, the wound from the stabbing was very severe. The victim would not have had the strength to push the defendant very far after that. Not only that, but she would have had to get close again, and there were no signs of a struggle. Well then... That's right, the defendant must have pushed the victim away. After stabbing him, she must have put some space between the doctor and herself. And then while she was preparing to strike again, the doctor took a shot. There, that should satisfy even you. That does make an awful lot of sense. What do you think, Mr. Wright? I must be careful, I can't afford to make a mistake here. Concentrate and think. Something doesn't make sense. There is a fatal flaw in her argument, Your Honor. Fatal? Flaw? Yeah! Very interesting. I would love to see where this flaw is. Show me something that contradicts my explanation. There has to be a snag in her explanation somewhere. She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. There must be a piece of evidence that contradicts this line of thinking. I can't save! Let's see. Well, the floor plans, this place is very small. But again, they didn't mention any fucking signs of struggle. There were literally no signs of struggle, so what are you fucking saying? She pushed him away. Let's see. With a weapon, the fun's fire. Small fruit knife belongs to the face. It's my badge. It's always been my badge. It's been here all this time. No, I'm not. Let's see. I mean, literally the only thing that comes to mind is the floor plans. The fact that it's a very small room. Ah, fuck it. What am I gonna lose? Take that! Take a look at this! Why are you showing this to me, pal? Prosecutor Von Karma's explanation and this piece of evidence do not contradict. Huh? Looks like you need to use your brain a little more, pal. Being lectured by Gumshoe of all people is so embarrassing. Come on, hurry up and get that thinking cap on! She put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, the doctor took a shot. Let's see. Maybe this? Take that! Take a look at this! Okay, she put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, the doctor took his shot. Maybe the folding screen? Ah. The black key. The floor plans. The knife. The costume. She put some distance between them and... What did she say before that? Well, they're not really punishing me, so take that! Take that! I love being stupid in these games. At least now we know what he will say if we show him the badge. Put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. When she was about to strike, Doctor took his shot. She put some distance. No. Huh. Take that! No. What about the key? Put some distance between them before rushing to make the final blow. But he had the gun. Oh, fuck it. Take that! Take that! What? Are you fucking serious? This is a piece of evidence that destroys your logic. What is that? A folding screen? I would like to point the court's attention to the hole in this folding screen. Ah! It looks like you already know what I'm talking about. Who, where, what? Mr. Wright, your explanation, please. Are these really that clueless? I mean, you're the one who pulled the fucking hole in the folding screen out of your fucking ass. It will make sense, I promise. This better make fucking sense. Because that is out of fucking nowhere. The bullet went through the defendant's sleeve first, then the folding screen. It passed through at a height of approximately 8 inches of the ground, which means... When the shot was fired, Maya, I mean the defendant, was not getting ready to strike, but was actually squatting low to the ground. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Order, order! This changes everything! Please look at this diagram of the crime scene. The victim, Dr. Gray, was here when he fired the shot. And the bullet hit this folding screen. It hit at this location about 8 inches of the ground. At this time, the defendant was in this area. Here... somewhere around here. Huh? Uh-oh, the judge's face is scrunched like he just smelled some serious bad breath. Huh? That is, I mean, wait, I just realized I forgot to brush this morning. Excuse me while I freshen up. Sure. In the meantime, I want you to think this through again, Mr. Wright. Okay. Ah, of course, whoops. What's done is done. For now, I should focus on where Maya was at the time of the crime. There's a part coming up that is kinda difficult to place, so just tell you the answer If you don't get it, you get penalized if you don't get it right. Let me guess. This is it. Alright, tell me the answer then, because I was gonna think maybe here, or somewhere around here. Like, she must have been somewhere in this area. I went a little ahead of myself. I'm thinking maybe she was here? Or here? Like, she must have been somewhere in the altar, right? By the altar, right? If she was squatting down, she must have been, I don't fucking know, praying or something? Anyway, if you're gonna tell me the answer, then tell me. Or I can just guess myself, I suppose. Fuck it. Here? He was standing here, near the folding screen. Wait a second! We know the defendant was close to the ground based on the height of the bullet hole. But how can you gauge the distance from that? Isn't it possible that the defendant was standing much closer to the victim? That's impossible. But why? You, of all people, should know the answer to that question, Mr. Von Karma. Mrs. If she were shot from somewhere closer, there would be gunpowder burns present. However, there is nothing of the sort around the bullet hole of this costume. Ah! Curse you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You... I believe it has now been proven that the defendant was standing a ways from the victim when she was shot at. But do you think this has changed the defendant's situation? Changes everything! They try to kill her! Honestly, Your Honor, this changes everything. The prosecution has claimed that the defendant was aiming to kill by stabbing. If that were true, delivering the final strike with his knife would be ideal. However, where and what was the defendant doing at the time? Squatting all the way by the folding screen? Exactly. If Maya Fey was the real murderer, why would she be by the folding screen instead of preparing to strike? Upon further consideration, it does make very little sense. Yeah, I figured there would have to be a reason. Figuring things out and proving the logic behind everything is your job! Ooh. Alright, with this, the rest of the trial should be in the blast radius of disaster. You are such a smart man, Mr. Phoenix Wright. To think that you've been able to take a completely hopeless case to this point. Now I know why Papa had such a tough time with you. You amuse me. Of all the things to inherit, why did it have to be that smarmy smile? Detective! How dare you damage my perfect logic? Huh? How is it all my fault? You can start by repairing your standing by removing that 3-stand goatee. Oh, and rest assured your punishment will come later. Punishment? Well then, Your Honor, I think I've had all I can take of this detective space. I think it's time to call in the next witness. Next witness? It's gotta be Lotta. Very well. The court will take a 5-minute recess. After we reconvene, we will hear from the next witness. Oh boy. To be continued. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I saw a post that was like, if you think you are nearing the end of the Ace Attorney case, you probably are not. So I want to hear your very honest opinion here. Should I continue or should I not? Because it has been an hour. Maybe we will be running a little later after that. You know, I am actually kind of considering opening a bag of chips right now. I won't, of course, but the temptation is right there. I got some Doritos. If you're tired, then don't do it. Just a little bit. It is a bit shorter than usual, though. But what's worrying me isn't that I'm tired. It's that if this goes way long, like Rise from the Ashes long, then, you know, I don't want to save in the middle of it, is the thing. Oh, fuck it. We're doing it. Still on the first day, so the second part of the trial won't be awful. June 21st, 11:37 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Whew, that was a close one. It's mostly just second half of trial, it's not too long, okay. I know you were giving it your all to defend me, but I could feel the death penalty hanging in the air. I felt like I was pretty close to dying myself. But you were wonderful out there. You listened carefully, made theories, and tricked everyone into believing you. Thanks. Wait, tricked? That must be the lawyer's secret technique, right? By the way, is the next witness who I think it is? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Lotta Hart. Oh, another jam like always. Remember, Nick, you promised you'd save me. If you lose, my ghost will come after you with my scissors and will haunt you. Your sister? Are you talking about Mystic Mia? Yeah, do you remember her, Pearly? My sister was a super good lawyer. She was also Nick's teacher. Oh, I didn't know that. These games are so long, yeah. Gives more save points than the first game did. Oh, thank fucking Christ. June 21st, 11:43 p.m. District Court, Courtroom number 2. Court will now reconvene. Now, the first order of... Oh! I don't want to hear it, old man. After I call to my witness, sit there quietly and watch like a good little boy. Yes, sir. Bring in the photographer who witnessed the channeling. I fucking hate you. Fucking hate you. Hate. Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. Hey, Phoenix, how you doing? Death to Lotta Hart. Just fine. Sorry about this. Didn't exactly have a choice, you know. You had a fucking choice! Yes, sir. Name and occupation. I declare, what intonation? Hey, Judge. This here is violence against my fair self. That's fine. Yeah, she deserves it. That's fine? That ain't fine. That's a whip. Eh! There's no need for foolish outcries from foolishly foolish fools. Just hurry up and testify about what happened on the day of the murder. I haven't even gotten to say my name and job yet. The name's Lotta Hart, I'm a photographer, and I'm here to testify. Now, let's all be on one big happy family, okay? My name is Lotta Hart, and I suck. Only the doc and the defendant went into the channeling chamber. We were waiting outside of the door, and then bang, we heard this gunshot. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down, and we rushed into the room. Inside was a dead victim, and with the defendant waving a pistol around. I swear, other than those two, there was no one else in the room. Waving a pistol? You're a fucking liar! And did you take a picture of the scene right after the murder took place? Reckon course. Eh? Excuse me? Reckon course. It's short for you reckon? Of course I did. Ah! Does it look like I care? Just hurry up and show your picture to the court. The moment of truth. What will be in that picture? Let's see here. This here's the picture. What? Oh, she did have a gun in her hand. It would certainly seem that only the defendant and the victim were in that room. Lotta's photo added to the court record. She took 2 pictures. Are you ready, Mr. Phoenix Wright? I will clear all doubt about Maya through this cross-examination. Just watch me. Gonna kill Lotta. Only the doctor and the defendant went to the channeling chamber. Hold it! Hold it! Was it really only those 2 that went in? What are you blabbering about? You were there too, were you not? Why don't you answer that yourself? Was it really just the 2 of them? Yes. Dr. Gray and Maya were the only 2 who went to the room. Hold on, we can't have the defense testifying against its own client. Anyway, folks, only the 2 of them went to the channeling chamber, you hear? But you knew that from the very beginning, didn't you? Witness, continue. We were waiting outside the door and then bang, we hear this gunshot. Hold it! Was it really a gunshot? Are you insane? You must have heard it as well! Why don't you testify for the court, Mr. Phoenix, right? Was it really a gunshot? Yes, I think it was something that sounded like a gunshot. But why are we here listening to the defense testify? And the world becomes just a little crueler. Heard a gunshot a long time ago, so I know. And I tell ya, that was a gunshot I heard. Now this is where the story heats up. Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down and we rushed into the room. Hold it! So let me get this straight. This Mr. Lawyer there broke the door down. Honestly, that Phoenix Wright. Why don't you tell us... Honestly, Mr. Phoenix Wright, why don't you tell us what happened then? Yes, Mrs. Von Karma. I broke the door down, sorry. Why does this feel like an inquisition? No need for apologizing, that was great. You're a real man. Oh, really? That's something I would have liked to see. The judge is smiling rather openly. I'll take that as a good sign. And? What did you see once you broke in? Inside was a dead victim and the defendant, waving a pistol around. Hold it! Are you sure it was a defendant, Maya Fey? Sure, I'm sure. Lotta seems awful confident in her testimony. Press her! Lotta, please, think back to that day one more time. But what you getting at? Remember that you said when we broke into the room? I don't. I would like the reminder. I was murdered. Lotta, at a time like this? Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. But anyway, what's going on here? This gal. Is she Maya? When you saw the murderer at that time, you couldn't even tell if it was Maya Fey or not. Am I correct? Well, you see. Order, Mrs. Hart. You are here to present accurate testimony. Yeah, sorry. Good. Shift things back to my side. For a defense lawyer, your defense is terribly lacking, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Witness, think back to when those two entered the channeling chamber. They entered? One of those people that entered the chamber was Maya Fey, correct? Yeah, that's right! Yeah, it was Maya that went in. It looks like we've come to a collective conclusion. The person in this picture is most certainly Maya Fey. Exactly. Rats! And I'm tracked like one. Again! No, you're not! I swear, although I understood there was no one else in the room. Hold it! Nuh-uh. Are you absolutely certain of that? Sure am. That old witch chased us out of the room, so... Old witch? Does she mean Morgan Fey? But there was no one else in there, and you know it. The channeling chamber was very dark, almost pitch black. Was there really no one else in there? What about... behind the folding screen? What about behind the folding screen? Did you check back there? Given? Huh? What in the... Given, you know, you reckon? That's a given. He took me a good look around the room once. There ain't no way anyone was hanging out behind that folding screen. If I may have a word with you, Mrs. Hart. What? You got a problem? Given. I mean, I am having a little difficulty in understanding you. If you would stop saying such thing as given. Ah! Now then, Mr. Phoenix Wright, you see a problem with the testimony, or don't you? Ah! Just as I thought, there is nothing wrong with her testimony. I was with her, so I know she's telling the truth. Enough. My ship sails in the morning, and I wonder what's for dinner. Seems that there are no issues with Mrs. Hart's testimony. At the time of the crime, only two people were in the channeling chamber. The victim, Dr. Turner Gray, and the defendant, Maya Fey. Thank you for spanning, Mushu. I love that. The face of the defendant cannot be verified in this picture. However, if we think about the circumstances, it would have to have been the defendant. What am I gonna do if I just let this go? What is it, Mr. Wright? You look as if you have something to say. If I make one wrong move, I'm going to have the judge against me. It's a good thing that we can save! Abusing the power of Undertale. You're fine. Is there anything I can present that could prove this it's not Maya in that photo? Sure, fuck it, let's go. Your Honor! Mr. Wright. It is possible that the person in this photo is not the defendant. What? Do you know what you're proposing? Yeah, that's just plain fool's talk. Thanks, guys. Your show of support was just great. Now then, Mr. Wright, please show the court some proof. Prove to this court that the person in this photo is not Maya Fey. Fuck it! Take that! Here is your proof. Is there a problem? Oh no, I thought I would work on my inflections. Just wondering what an objection with a twist of "you're wrong" sounds like. Mr. Wright, I'm sorry, but I don't follow your logic. Bruh. Shoot, I guess I wasn't showing enough confidence. It's another piece. There's gotta be something, there always is something. You have no evidence for this. Oh. Then how do I get out of here? Oh shit! That was an accident! You know what? I'm just gonna load my save. No. I can't load shit! I'm gonna go into war like this! Give up then. Well, Mr. Wright? Nothing, Your Honor. That's very smart of you, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You really should give up trying to prove this is not Maya Fey. I didn't say anything about giving up, you did? I just don't have the right piece of evidence to prove my argument. That's enough. Is this it? Is this all I could do? I think it's quite obvious to this court that a verdict of not guilty is not possible. I told you. Totally, 100% impossible. Mrs. Von Karma, do you have any further questions for this witness? Having established the defendant's guilt, further questioning will be needed. What about the defense? No further questions, I presume. I couldn't protect Maya. The defense? The defense? Phoenix. Phoenix, you can't make that kind of face. A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets. Mia! Oh god. Oh, I don't like that. I guess I made it just in time when you say... but Pearls! Her clothes are a bit small. Anyway, what are you waiting for, Phoenix? Let's go. But how? She's already taken away every advantage. The advantage is still in your hand. Think carefully, one more time, about what you saw in the channeling chamber. Do you remember what you told me yesterday? Dr. Gray! I was murdered. What? Lotta, at a time... Oh, that wasn't the nurse. That was Dr. Gray! Times like this are perfect for snapping up shots. You see, there is one final piece of the puzzle. Mia? Question Lotta one more time, Phoenix. I don't know if she's doing it subconsciously or on purpose, but she's not testifying truthfully. Mia, like, stop staring at my boobs and focus on the damn case. I mean... She's breasting boobily down the case. So true, breasty, I mean bestie. Now then, this court would like to end the cross-examination period. Please wait, Your Honor. The defense would like to request that the witness testify one more time. Overruled. I'm afraid you're too late, Mr. Wright. The cross-examination has already ended. Furthermore, it's fine. I'll allow another testimony. Von Karma's case is perfect, absolutely flawless. What better time than this for you to see that? But I mean, I have some place I must go after this. Alright, I'll allow it. Mrs. Hart, hurry up and give us another testimony. Well, heck, what am I supposed to talk about? Please tell us once more what happened when you burst into the channeling chamber. Okay, you got it. See, you got through the judge somehow, right? Well, actually, it was Von Karma's whip that got through to him. But I'm going to miss Chili's happy hour. The judge's margaritas. When we broke into that room, all I could focus on was Maya. I was kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take a shot. Nothing sounds different from before. Oh, I just solved the case! I just realized what happened! Like, I know the end of this, but I don't, like, have the how or anything else. Here's what happened. Eenie Meiny was supposedly sleeping, but there's another key that Peril gave us. So she somehow got that key herself. And the box that appeared in the side room, it had a costume. So she put on that costume. She somehow got into the channeling chamber, killed the doctor, pretended to be Maya, and she's working with Morgan, probably, because I don't trust Morgan. But anyway, Eenie Meiny killed the doctor, and the doctor actually possessed Maya. Nothing sounds different from before. Some parts of her testimony were very vague. I should press her on those sections. Struggle all you like as you taste the bitterness of defeat. Well, amuse me with your useless questions, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I'm waiting. The witness account. Let's go! When we broke into that room, yeah, can you wait a second? I need to save. Let's see. When we broke into that room... all I could focus on was Maya. Hold it! So, what did she look like? You know, she looked almost like a different person. A different person? She may have seemed like a different person, however, she was still Maya Fey. We have already made that point abundantly clear. Yes, that is true. Well done, Mrs. Hart. Did you happen to see anything else? I was kinda scared of the dead body, so I didn't take a good look at it. Hold it! Then perhaps that body was not Dr. Gray's at all. Eh? Well, I reckon that's possible. If the body inside that room was not that of Dr. Gray, then whose body was it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Well, what if it was that of Maya Fey after the channeling, or maybe... Oh! Foolish fool spouting foolish foolishness, just as I expect of a foolish fool such as you. If that were the case, then that would mean that Maya Fey is, in fact, dead. And that would make the defendant's chair quite a lonely place, wouldn't it? Sorry, Maya. Are you all done here? Can I continue? I'm really bad when it comes to blood and ghosts and stuff. Hold it! And even knowing that, you still persist in being a paranormal photographer. That's why I'm getting out of this here business. This gal's gonna get the dirt on the stars and be a tabloid photographer from now on. She goes through jobs faster than a baby through diapers. Ah! Mr. Phoenix Wright. Would it kill you to stay on topic for a change? Well, would it, Mr. Wright? Nice tactive in stereo. Guess I should be grateful it's not in 5.1. But I still managed to point my camera at Maya and take my shot. Hold it! 2, right? 2 what? 2 shots. You took 2 shots. But only one has been submitted as evidence. Mrs. Hart, where is the other picture you happened withholding? I knew it. No, you got it all wrong. It's not me. I didn't mean anything bad. I mean, I know I can be a little mean, but I ain't evil. No, you're fucking evil. You're the worst person in the history of mankind. Well, at least she knows herself. Then why have you not shown this other picture to this court yet? Well, ain't that obvious? The prosecutor woman told me to shut my trap about it. What? But Von Karma! But Mrs. Von Karma, you're hiding critical evidence. Unforgivable, Von Karma. Suppressing evidence like this. You're as bad as your father. Confront her. Your Honor, the defense asked that Prosecutor Von Karma be held in contempt of court. Well, yes. Me? In contempt of court? You can't be serious. But you hid evidence from the court on purpose. That's not fair. Phoenix, are you a liar or a schoolchild? I was so angry I lost my composure. Mrs. Von Karma, would you care to explain yourself to this court? I thought this picture was not important and thus felt no need to submit it. That's all. How could you think? The pictures were more or less the same, so why bother with a second? I mean, it's just so much more trouble than it's worth for me to submit this as evidence. More trouble than it's worth? How can you say that? If you want to see it that badly, I'll submit it. Lotta's photo too added to the court record. Yes. The same? No, it's not. Oh, wait. Where's the hole? What is this picture? It's obviously the second picture the witness took that day at the scene of the crime. Well, it's a little off-center, but that's what you get with a nervous amateur. Well, I think the important point here is the person in this picture. This is most definitely not Maya Fey. Good on you for catching it so quickly. Absolutely keep that in mind. For once, I have a brain cell. And that brain cell could not escape me because there was no hole for it to go through. What is the meaning of this? This might be the break I was looking for. Now, should I or should I not insist that the person in this picture is not Maya? It's not Maya! Your Honor! As you can plainly see, the person in the picture is not Maya Fey. Yes, I see that. It's not just her face, her whole body has taken on a different appearance. There's only one conclusion that can be drawn, then. That somehow this other person snuck in and traded places with the defendant. The incinerator! The incinerator! Order, order, order! Oh yes, I believe you are correct, Mr. Wright. The person who was inside the channeling chamber was not Maya Fey. Mia, we did it! You're too soft. Huh? You're softer than Aunt Morgan's strawberry desserts, Phoenix. Take a look at Prosecutor Von Karma's face. She's smiling? I think you had better continue to worry, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? Mrs. Von Karma, what do you mean by that? Your Honor, I would like for you to take a look at this picture. This was taken yesterday at the detention center's visitor room. She's breasting boobily again. This is Mr. Phoenix Wright and the defendant, Maya Fey, during his visit. Maya Fey? But isn't this a totally different person? She looks this way because she's obviously in the middle of channeling a spirit. It's unbelievable that she can... However, it is true. When Maya Fey is in that state, she physically changes into the person she's calling. I wonder if she knows what she's doing. Mia! Taking pictures of someone during a private visit is illegal. That picture can't be submitted as evidence. Obviously, this picture is illegal. But I never intended to submit it as evidence in the first place. What is she? From the moment I showed this picture to the court, this case became all mine. After all, this image has now been forever burned into the judge's mind. I don't have even a single witty line. It looks like we've been had. I don't claim to understand this, but I still cannot believe it. Are you saying that this person is the defendant, Maya Fey? If I give up here, the trial will end. But if I slip up and say something wrong, it will cost me. Is there any way I can prove that the person in this picture is not Maya? Anyway, I can prove it. Your Honor! Oh, the fire has returned to your eyes, I see. This picture. Within this picture lies a critical contradiction to all the testimony up until now. Contradiction? So, you think you've spotted a problem with this picture? Then earn your keep. Why don't you point out exactly what is so strange about this picture? It's here, right? Please direct your attention here. To the sleeve? But there isn't anything odd about it. And that is exactly what is so odd. Something that should be there is suddenly missing. Should be there. Oh! There was a bullet hole in the sleeve of the defendant's costume. If that's the case, then it should be in this picture as well. Mrs. Von Karma, you intended to hide this valuable piece of evidence? You will most certainly be assigned a penalty for this. Alright, this should do some major damage to her argument. Don't celebrate yet. You like to bring down the mood, don't you? Take a look at Mrs. Von Karma's face. Ah, she's got that condescending green plastered all over her face again. Jumping the gun again, I see. Your Honor! I would like to extend an apology on behalf of those incompetent fools. What do you mean? And what incompetent fools? If those fools down at the present hadn't missed the bullet hole, I would have gotten a report about it. As I didn't, I could not have known that this picture was of any value to this case. I see. She's lying through her teeth, I know it! That woman knew about everything, the bullet hole, the picture, everything! But you can't prove that. Franziska von Karma's idea of a perfect case is quite fascinating, don't you think? Your Honor, you need not worry. If you must assign a penalty, I'll personally make sure the detective gets what's coming. I'm sure there will be a great gnashing of teeth at the next salary discussion. Or gumshoe. They keep fucking with his salary! In any case, this is a very big problem. When the defendant was taken into custody, her costume had a bullet hole in its sleeve. However, from this photo, it would appear that right after the shooting, there was none. The judge is confused by this strange twist of events. It's your chance, Phoenix! Load all you've got into this one shot, alright? Got it. Watch this, Maya. Your Honor! There's only one logical explanation for the contradiction. The shooter is someone else! The defendant's sleeve had a bullet hole in it. However, this person clearly does not. There can be only one explanation. The person who shot Dr. Gray was not the defendant, but a different person altogether. What? Order! 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 If order is not restored, I will suspend this trial. Ow! Ah! Why me? The defense's argument is a complete mess. A complete mess, I fail to see how. Please enlighten us. Hey, witness! Ah! What the heck? Is there any way to ask a gal a favor? Be quiet, you! You were the one who said it was only the two of them when you entered the room. Well, you know... If you were lying, I swear that my whip will be the last thing you see. Look, sis. You're looking mighty scary, so why don't we say you... Wah! I swear I wasn't lying or nothing. There wasn't anyone else in there, honest. You see, now riddle me this, Mr. Phoenix, right? Where did the defendant vanish to? And where did this other woman appear from? Why is it lately all I want to do is cry? Well, if the person in this picture is not the defendant, then this poses two very big questions. First, where did the defendant vanish to? And second, where did this person come from? That's right, now hurry up and answer, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Come on, you can't fall apart here, Phoenix Wright. Can't believe that even Mia's calling me by my full name. I know you like the corner theme, but I'm going to interrupt it. God, you know what I want? I want spaghetti. There's some spaghetti downstairs. Why did that come to mind? But, I mean, how am I supposed to prove something like this? Had enough yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Or do you think you have enough in you to turn things around even now? To turn things around? That's right. Mia would always turn things around and change your perspective. Phoenix? So, where did this intruder appear from? And where did Maya disappear to? I need to look at this situation from a different angle. Let's see. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? What if Maya had left that room somehow? I could prove that either of those conditions were true. Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've come up with. I think what happened before we forced our way into the channeling chamber is something I can't explain yet, I think. Like, a third person entered it, yes. Maya had left the room, yes. But we can't explain it. Unless it's literally behind the screen. There is one piece of evidence you haven't presented it. The key? Then again, it's also the floor plans. Let's see. I'm telling you. One piece of evidence I haven't presented that I'm forgetting. Will the guide map of the Fey Banner? The fucking Magatama? You said it. Behind the screen. Yeah, a third person had entered. Fuck it! Your Honor! I would like to present some evidence. I prove that there was someone else in the room before the murder took place. What? What are you getting mad at me for? Let's look at this again. There was someone else in the room before the murder took place. Fuck! Why did I do that? I've already seen it. Thank you. And what is the purpose of this item? Did you see, Your Honor? I don't think you actually see what you are doing. I think it is the court that should be sighing at you, Mr. Wright. Ouch. That stung. Think it over again. I think that the way I'm going about this is all wrong. I have to start over and try to think about things in a different manner. What if before we broke in, the third person was already in the room? And what if Maya had left that room somehow? If I could prove that either of those conditions were true... Mr. Wright, let's see what you come up with. You said it, but you're thinking about it. You're not thinking about how it would be used. So it's the key, isn't it? Either the key or the partition, or maybe even the... Oh god, my back. Maybe even the floor plans. Maya had that black key to lock herself into the chamber, but when she was arrested, she didn't have it. Oh, she didn't? Oh yeah. Pearl had it. Maybe Pearl killed her. Pearl had it. How could Pearl have gotten it? Because if she was already in it, a third person had already entered the room. Pearl maybe wanted to see the, like, the channeling. Unless Maya had given the key or lost it. There's only enough space behind the panel. There's only enough space behind there. Well, there is space for a person, actually. Pearl wasn't there during the channeling. Okay! Maya had left the room, maybe. I mean, the thing that you said that I said was that it's something I can't explain yet. Like, I didn't say that. I said you forgot the key existed. I didn't forget the key existed! I have been saying the key has been a thing for a while now. And I have been presenting the key a long time. But if Maya... okay, so... a third person wasn't in there. Maya maybe left the room, or maybe it was something that I can't explain. But if Maya left the room, why didn't anyone see her? So it's something I can't explain yet, because I can't explain how someone was already inside there, or anything else. Like, I can explain the key. The key is literally the last thing. I have been saying that. It's a bluff? The key is a bluff, or the I can't explain yet? Or the fact that Maya left the room is a bluff? I'm sorry, but I simply can't. You see? And the reason is quite simple, because there is no explanation. That's why. As I thought. Another big waste of this court's time. Phoenix, you can't just give up like that! But Mia, you think things one more time. There has to be an explanation. I'm already perfect. So of course, my conclusions are also perfect. Alright, right. Calm down and let's try this one more time. Fine, Maya left then. Maya left. Maya had left the channeling chamber at some point. And the defense can prove that. Oh, how foolish fool makes a foolish face while dreaming foolishly foolish dreams. Maya Fey was being looked at after by her aunt, Morgan Fey. The chances of her leaving the crime scene is lower than the detective's salary. Anyway, let's see some evidence. Prove that from the murder until the time of the arrest, the defendant had left the room. Well... ah, shit. Mrs. Hart! I wanted to scream it, damn it. I pressed the wrong button. Mrs. Hart, do you remember this key? Well, I've seen it. Hey! That's a channeling chamber key, right? Before the channeling started, Maya locked the door from the inside with that. The defendant herself locked the door? Yeah, that's why we all couldn't get the door open. That key's the only one of its kind, after all. Oh, one of a kind, you say? Wait, Mr. Phoenix, right? Yes, it looks like she's catching on. I'm afraid to ask, but... why is that key currently in your possession? Huh? What do you mean? If Maya Fey locked herself in, then the key should have been with her. Yes, agreed. However, she did not have the key at the time of her arrest. Ah, well, ain't that a kick? So how come you're holding it? I got this as a present from a certain little girl. And that little girl was... the girl reading this! And that little girl was nowhere near the crime scene at the time. That's preposterous. This means that Maya Fey must have left the room. If she had not, then I would not be holding this key you see before you. No! We did it, Plankton. We killed the city. It seems that we have come to an impasse. This picture has clearly captured the face of the murderer. However, is this person the defendant or not? The defense is arguing that this person is not the defendant. Furthermore, as proof, this key has been submitted as evidence. Mrs. Von Karma, how can this be? At this point in time, a verdict on the defendant is not possible. My perfect case! How is there a flaw in my perfect case? Don't think you've won yet, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I am a prodigy. I have never lost a case. And I don't intend to lose here in this courtroom to a fool like you. I don't care what I have to do. I will get my guilty verdict. Francisca reminds me of the people who say that they go to Tumblr and they get the world news from Tumblr and they are like, why am I getting news from Tumblr? And then someone else responds, in which case it will be Phoenix. It will be, if you come to the circus, then expect to see clowns or something like that. That's what she reminds me of. That's enough. If you would like to continue, do so in the lobby. Court will reconvene tomorrow at 10 a.m. That is all. Court is adjourned. It's time for my fajitas. June 21, 1:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 3. Wow! That was you, Pearly? You summoned my sis? Yes, I felt I had no choice. Great going, Pearly. I knew you were special. Hey, Nick, did you know? Yeah. It's not like anyone else here could have done that. Nick, I know you're really trying hard and you're trying really hard and all, but I really don't remember ever leaving that room. And I don't think that a third person could have gone into that room. Yeah. Well, at least we have until tomorrow to figure things out. Like, what happened in that room, for instance? That's the Edgeworth one. You're not a clown, you're the entire circus. Yeah. But at least Edgeworth knows that he's in the circus to be entertained. Francisca thinks she's above the clowns. Like what happened in that room, for instance. Yeah, I'm counting on you. I envy the two of you. Oh, by the way, Nick. Do you think you could take Pearly back home for me? Sure. Alright, Pearls. You ready to go buy some tickets? Huh? A ticket? Poor thing. So sheltered. To be continued. Hey, at least I didn't lose my boys this time. I'm getting used to this. Oh god, that's an improvement. Oh, shut up, you. I'm not going here in the Korean village this time. But yeah, I am going to stop for tonight. Tomorrow is my day off, so it will be very nice to rest my voice after this mess. I will come back on Thursday and Friday with Bayonetta, because I do miss that, and I won't be sleep deprived this time. I will actually do things. And again next week on Monday and Tuesday with more of this Phoenix Wright. I think, again, this is a very good rhythm that we have going on, because it's like investigation and trial, investigation and trial. Maybe this will be a little bit detrimental. Well, no, not detrimental, actually, because we're going to have an investigation on Monday and then the trial on Tuesday, so that's going to be perfect. But anyway, I am just rambling. I need myself some potato chips. Hey, decide for me. Should I eat the Doritos or the Lay's? The Doritos are kind of making a face at me. You deserve rest. I am probably going to spend tomorrow watching YouTube videos downstairs. Doritos, and 3 of those are from Ali. Okay, Doritos it will be. And to prove to you that I am actually going to do it, hold on. Potato chip opening ASMR. Alright, fucking... Oh god, that smells good. Alright, Jesus Christ. Thank you all for coming today. I will see you on Thursday for Bayonetta. Bye-bye.